Good morning, class 11. Let's continue with our topic methods of estimating correlation, where already in my previous video I've explained you the two method of estimating correlation. One is scatter diagram method and another one is Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation, where already people have learned how to calculate coefficient of correlation by direct method. So today in this video you will be learning how to calculate the coefficient of correlation by shortcut method under Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation. So children, this method is actually used when mean value is not in whole number but in fractions, and in this method the deviation is calculated by taking the assumed mean of both the series. Means you will not calculate the mean over here, but you will assume the mean. So for shortcut method, certain points have to be kept in mind. Like the very first thing is that it is up to you that from the value of x and y, any of the mean you can assume. That is up to you. Then with the help of that assumed mean of both the series, that is of x and y, both series, then the deviation of the values of individual variable, that is dx and dy, has to be calculated. Then you have to remember that sigma dx and sigma dy are found by adding the deviations. Now deviations of two series are actually multiplied as dx dy, and the multipliers are later added up to obtain sigma dx dy. Then not to forget that squares of the deviation dx square and dy square are added up to find out sigma dx square and sigma dy square. So children, to find out coefficient of correlation by Karl Pearson method, the formula which you will be using is as follows. It goes like this. That is, you know that coefficient of correlation is denoted by R. So R equals to sigma dx dy minus in bracket sigma dx bracket close into bracket open sigma dy bracket close upon n upon square root sigma dx square minus in bracket sigma dx bracket close square upon n into square root sigma dy square minus bracket open sigma dy bracket close square upon n. So children, you have to remember this formula, where dx is actually the deviation of x series from the assumed mean, that is x minus a, and dy is deviation of y series from the assumed mean, that is y minus a. Then sigma dx dy is the sum of the multiple of dx and dy. Then sigma dx square equals to sum of square of dx, and sigma dy square is sum of square of dy. Then your sigma dx is the sum of deviation of x series, and sigma dy is the sum of deviation of y series, and n is actually the total number of items. So children, remember all these so that when you do the numericals, it becomes easy for you that where and how the value has to be taken. So let's start of calculating the coefficient of correlation by shortcut method, and the data which has been given over here is, that is the price and quantity supplied. The price is given in rupees and supply is given in kg, where your price is 4, 6, 8, 15 and 20, and your supply is 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30. Now we will place these values in a table. So you can see there is a table which has 7 columns, and the first column I have taken x, that is the price. Then this next column deviation, then the next is of dx square, then the next is I have taken the supply which is actually y, then the deviation of y, then dy square, and then finally dx and dy. So let's place the value of price which is x is 4, 6, 8, 15 and 20. Now to calculate deviation, as already I told you that you need to assume any of the value to be as a mean from the given x. So I have taken 8. It is up to you whichever value you want to assume. Now what I have done, now from the value of x I have deducted the mean. So 4 minus 8 comes to minus 4, 6 minus 8 is minus 2, 8 minus 8 is 0, 15 minus 8 comes to 7, then 20 minus 8 equals to 12. Now over here you have to remember one thing is that you need to add all the minus values together and plus together. And when you do like this, you know that your minus is 6 and your plus values comes around 18, and when you deduct from that you get your sigma dx to be as 13, and the value of x if you add it is 5. 4, 6, 8, 15, 20 comes to 5. Now let's find out dx square. To find out dx square you simply have to square the given dx. So you square up 4 you get 16, you square up 2 you get 4, 0 will be 0, you square up 7, 49, you square up 12 you get 144. So now you add up all these values together, you get your sigma dx square to be as 213. In the next column I have taken the value of y, that is supply, which is 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30, and when I have added up I got their n to be as 5. Now we will find out deviation. Again deviation is up to you to assume any of the value from the y. I have assumed 20. So now let's deduct the value of y from the assumed. So 10 minus 20 you get minus 10, 15 minus 20 you get minus 5, 20 minus 20 you get 0, 25 minus 20 you get 5, 30 minus 20 you get plus 10. Now add all the minus values together and plus together. So you know your minus value is 15, plus is also 15. So your sigma dy equals to 0. Now square up the dy. So your dy square, you square 10 you get 100, you square 5, 5 5s are 25, 0 will be 0, again 5 will be 25, 10 will be 100. You add up all dy square together, you get sigma dy square as 250. And the last is dx dy. So when I say dx dy, over here you have to multiply the value of deviation. If you see dx, the first value of deviation of dx is 4, that is minus 4, and the first value of deviation of y is minus 10. So minus 4 into minus 10 comes to plus 40, minus 2 into minus 5 again plus 10, 0 will be 0, then plus 7 plus 5 comes to 35, plus 12 plus 10, plus 12 plus 12 into plus 10 you get 120. So you add up all the value of dx and dy together, you get 205. Now we are going to put the value into the formula, and the first thing is formula is r equals to sigma dx dy minus in bracket sigma dx into in bracket sigma dy upon n upon square root sigma dx square minus in bracket sigma dx bracket close square upon n into square sigma dy square minus in bracket sigma dy square upon n. So second your r is sigma dx dy is 205 minus sigma dx is in bracket 13 into sigma dy is 0 and your n is 5. So the next upon your sigma dx square is children 213 minus your sigma dx is again 13 square your n is 5 into square root sigma dy square is 250 minus sigma dy in bracket 0 square upon n is 5. So when you calculate 205 minus 13 into 0 is 0. When you divide it, you get 205 minus 0 upon square root 213. When you square up 13 and divide by 5, you get 33.80 into 250. When you square comes to 0, and when you divide it, so 250 minus 0. So fourth is r equals to 205 minus 0 is 205 upon when you deduct it 33 from 213 you get 179.20 into when you deduct 0 from 250 is 250 square root 250. So now r equals to 205 and the square root of 179.20 is 13.39 and square root of 250 is 15.81. So your r is 205. When you multiply 13.39 into 15.81 you get 211.70. So when you deduct 205 from 211.70 you get your coefficient of correlation r plus 0.97. So children, your coefficient of correlation is plus 0.97. So it's a situation of high degree of positive correlation. So this is how you can calculate coefficient of correlation by shortcut method under Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation. Good morning.